and that's because I had a bad habit of doing this right here back in the day. You know, that's your earphone ear right there. You know, that's you partner to that thing, and you know, you're doing different things, and it just, you know, you stick your head in the down speaker to see if the tweeter's working or not. I've done that shit a many a time, and over the years, man, it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll. I'm surprised. I'm gonna tell you who I'm surprised ain't totally deaf. And that's Dr. Dre. I'm surprised he ain't totally deaf.
Talk to us about that. I remember that story. Tell me.
I have a poster from Michel'le tape. It's a dude sitting in a chair, and the speakers are so loud, the drink is falling over on the side. He's being blown back. I bought that poster because of Dre. That's how he played. He blew up more speakers than anybody I've ever known in my life. He would just blow up speakers, DJ speakers, studio speakers. He played that shit loud as fuck. Even my boy biker, dirt biker, Donovan. He had to put some club speakers inside his studio because his JBL monitors couldn't handle the shit that Dre was putting through him. He had to put some big ass club speakers. I mean, a woofer, a pair of woofers. I mean, a pair of bass bottoms and a pair of fucking 215 each speakers just to accommodate this dude's taste for loud ass music. You know, and he wanted to hear the mix from a club perspective, and a club mix. I mean, a mix that you hear in studio speakers, because it's really a toned. It's a toned mix, because in the studio, everything is done for perfection. There's a certain amount of deadness in the studio as far as the walls. The speakers are tuned to the room. And that's fine for the studio, but let's take this shit to where it's gonna be really bumped at, and that's in a car or in a club. And that was one of Dre's secrets. He actually had like a semi-club system in the studio, and he bumped that shit to make sure that everybody got everything they needed out of that music. That's real shit.
Mm. And anyone who's ever worked in the studio may be guilty of this. I know I was back in the day in my early years of just being in the studio at different times. But do I remember you saying that Dre would always ruin your headphones because he would get up too fast and didn't realize he had them on? He'd be like, oh.
I'm going to tell y'all the honest to God truth. I swear to God. God know I ain't lying. Okay? God knows I'm not lying. Dre tore up so many headphones at Lonzo Land Studios. I once even made the comment, I don't even know, I said to myself, I said out loud, they need to make headphone wires detachable. They need to make headphone, because that's all he would tell him. He would get up to use the phone, expecting a phone call, headphones still on, run to the phone, bam, I got one side not working no more. Now, back then, you had to go buy a whole new set of headphones. Whether they cost $20 or $200, you had to go buy it. Where's the headphone repair at? And I said out loud, they need to make headphones with detachable cords in them. Guess what I saw on Beats?
There you go.
Guess what I saw on Beats? From line thinking. Look at a pair of Beats. Detachable head cords.
Yeah. The homie Marlon says you've spoken into existence.
Yes.
Facts, man.
Yep.
Hey, damn, this show is flying by. We're already halfway through the show. I want to encourage everybody to hit that like button if you haven't already. It really helps out the algorithm. Lets YouTube know that we exist. And if you appreciate real hip hop, real West Coast hip hop, specifically, please hit that subscribe button. If this is your first time joining the channel, you are tuned in to N.W.A. Stories with Lonzo. I am Dusty Vision. That is my dude, Alonzo Williams, the godfather of West Coast hip hop. Alonzo, there's something I would love to discuss with you today. Shout out to J. Roos Theory. I always get DMs, texts, instant Instagram messages. Hey, maybe Alonzo should talk about this. Alonzo should talk about this. And J. Roos sent me the perfect thing to talk about. It was a podcast that recently came out. And since we will be talking about them and playing a little bit of their clips, we might as well give them a shout out. It's Rapospective, and they have a whole series on the beginning of N.W.A. And of course, as anything with N.W.A, a lot of the times, world-class wrecking crew, and more specifically, Lonzo Williams, is brought up in the same breath. Now, we're going to play a couple of clips, but and within the first 5 minutes, Lonzo, I'm telling you, I'm counting three things wrong in the first 5 minutes of the podcast, just doing this show with you, you know. But a couple things I wasn't sure of, and I would love your remembrance of this. But they said when you met Dre that you made him battle one of your DJs to prove he was good. Was that true? And was that DJ Yella?
Nope, never happened. When Dre came to my studio, when Dre came to my Eve After Dark, he got on the turntables. I ain't know. I can't tell you today how he got on. He never asked me. He didn't ask me. He might have asked Unknown. He didn't ask me. And there was never a battle back between Dre and Yella. There was never a battle. Never. There was no reason to battle. Yella was the man already. Dre could mix, but Yella was already scratching. Yella taught Dre how to scratch. There was no battle. What were we going to battle about? Dre had one mix. That was a Mr. Postman Planet Rock mix. Or I'm sorry, the Rhymes and Beats.
Yeah,
Beat
right.
song.
Oh, sorry.
It was a beat record he mixed. It wasn't Planet Rock. I said Planet Rock. It had the Planet Rock vibe to it, but it was actually what they call it? Breakbeats record. Nah, it was never a battle. They was boy. I mean, as soon as they got on the team, the motherfuckers shit, they was thick as thieves. They never had the battle. I tried my best to get Roger from Uncle Jam's Army to put Yella up against Egypt. He wouldn't take the fade. He wouldn't. I got 500 on it. What you gonna do? Oh no! Come on with it. Come on. What she said? Come on. What's my boy from Eddie Murphy? Come on. Let's do this. I couldn't get a bet.
Damn. Okay. Let's keep it pushing with this Rapospective podcast that I came across on YouTube. Shout out to Jay Roos Theory for sending this to me. But Steve Yano is someone we've talked about in the past from Rhodium Swap Meet. RIP to Steve Yano. You have your own Steve Yano stories as well, and we can get into that after this clip. But this was mentioned in the video, Lonzo. And I'm going to ask you the question, then I'm going to play the clip. So don't answer the question right away. But this was mentioned in the video. But do you know if it was Steve Yano who gave Eazy the ideal to start a label? Now, here it is. Here's the clip right here. I'm going to play it and tell me what you remember about this.
Eric had $250,000 saved up with the intention of setting up a record store until he got acquainted with Steve Yano, a UCLA graduate who forewent a career as a psychologist for a more lucrative one selling R&B and rap records at the Rhodium Open Air Market in Torrance, located in southwestern LA County. When Eric told Steve of his plan, his response was, "No, don't open a record store.